Alright, ladies and gentlemen, good day, it's Gareth again from Whatchamacallit Gaming, and here we are continuing our Captains of Industries playthrough. Now let's just check what we have here. Yes, the mixing plant has not yet been constructed, because we are clearing the debris here. I just wanted to check something. Do I have the room for a plan? I cut this and place it like, say, there. Or better yet, here. Yes, we may have the space to do a plan. The big thing we have, the biggest problem I've had throughout this whole gameplay is despite the large amount of coal mining operations I have going on, which is twice what I've got at everything else, I'm just not pulling enough of this coal out of the ground to make it practical or profitable. Even transporting coal is not being efficient. As you can see, we have too much sand and limestone stored. It's just not enough. Despite my attempts, it's just not enough. So, one of the most obvious options to solve this problem is to upgrade our foundries. Where is it? Right here. Did I leave enough room for the third slot? I think I might have. Okay, so I definitely want to upgrade my foundries and get them built to the next stage of materials. So, to do that, we need to grind certain materials up, because we need powderized iron and powderized copper for the foundries to operate. And then limestone and sand, that's not a big hiccup. Limestone is right here, we can siphon off to feed into whichever foundries. And sand is... no, that's not sand, is it? No, that's limestone. Oh, that's sand. What needs to go with? Limestone is there, and sand is here. So sand comes here. Limestone comes here. So sand can go this way. Limestone, I can build a feeder here. Is there another connector joint there? No, oh no, there's one right here. I can just go up over and feed here, because the limestone connector will pop up on this side. And I think I've left enough room. It does look like I've left enough room. We'll have to check how this works out, but that is the aim. But first things first. Where do we crush the material? The answer is actually right here. Now these first two should be what we need for, yep, there's this and there's this. So these first two modules are the ones that are going to change. I'm mistaken, yards lime, then it's coal is here. And I think we separated the rest materials. This is the only slight hiccup with this game. Until these containers start taking in a resource, you can't tell what resource they're actually using. I just want to check that I've still got... yeah, okay, the cheats are still working. And we're getting 100 megawatts of fake power, which I do want to get rid of. I actually want to generate power properly in this game, if I possibly can. Wow, we have made a lot of carbon dioxide, not monoxide. I think monoxide is from cars. I always get that confused. Okay, we're clearing the limestone. That's going to take a little while. Let's move the structure again and see how do I want to do this. What I want to do though is definitely delete these two and then build I wanted to store uncrushed material, then crush it, then store it. How big are these crushes? Big, but they're a 1-to-1. So if we were to place one here, and we copy these two and we place them like that, it is going to be a bit awkward because they're big. I'm not going to lie about that. Let's just pause construction. And it's going to look very awkward here, but there's not much we can do about it. Because, yeah, these will have to come here. Sort of, some way, because they're going to feed here. And this, off. You will crush coal. Wait, what is first here? Iron. Oops. Okay, then we just grab this. We go bonk, bonk, bonk. We just change these. We turn that off. We go here. We grab these. And we turn that off. We go here. Okay. These will crush the iron material from this container. These will crush there. I know it looks very awkward and it sucks in that respect. Ideally, I would actually move these so they would be in a more, oh, come on. Why are you not connecting properly? That was weird. Okay, now we've got to line these two back up. Sort of correctly with the location. That looks right. Something doesn't feel right here. Don't they normally make sounds when I'm making connections? I hear the music, but I'm not hearing the effects volume. Sorry, just one sec. What is my volume mixer settings? No, it's happy. I swear there used to be sounds when I clicked on things and did things, not just music. It could be because the game is still paused. It's not impossible. Okay. Now, how do we want to... Because, yeah, I'm going to have to run some serious connections here. I'm almost positive there were sounds here. I'm not sure why I'm not hearing them now. Oh, there's the sounds. Was it really because I had paused the game? Okay, that's a new error. Not quite. It's not a game-breaking error or even a problematic error. It's just, that's a really, really weird error. Basically, because the game was still paused after load-in. Normally the first thing you do once you load into the game is you unpause it. This is the normal course of events, so you could get the game going. I hadn't unpaused it yet, and for whatever reason it hadn't enabled the clicky buttons. You can now hear every time I click, you get that sharp connect. I don't know why it failed to do that. Okay. Other hiccup is this material. We gotta basically burn through the existing stockpiles and then go through the old piles. Luckily, most of that will be used up very quickly. We don't have to worry. As it is, these are empty. The coal is empty. It's only the limestone and sand that is currently causing us any problems. And that's being, well, offloaded. Where are they taking the limestone and sand? Oh, to these dump containers. And the excess iron. Right, they're taking it here. So I can just get rid of it by feeding it into the supply dumps. Then once this is done, I'll delete these structures as unnecessary. If those are empty, I want to change them to crushed copper, crushed copper, crushed iron ore, crushed iron ore. The rest will stay pretty much normal. Okay, our power generation here is completely shut down. We're basically running off the dregs of those two systems. I'll delete it later. We're basically running off a mixture of our backup power systems and the cheap power I've added. These are almost completely empty, and then we can do this. By the way, how much does this cost? Okay, it's taking the rails. 1.9 red. Okay, we're still good. This is a mistake I actually made because I'm cheating in this game and I wasn't thinking to look into it. But remember, when I dismantled this, we were still building this. Now, what does that mean? It means we were still using up our construction components. And I don't actually have a lot stockpiled. I do have a lot now because I cheated, but I actually don't have a lot stockpiled. I mean, look at this. This one's almost completely full. But of the other two types, I don't actually have a lot stockpiled. And that was my mistake. It was actually a pretty big mistake, I might add. Okay, I want to add more steel quick. What are you? Oh, yeah. That's something completely cheats spawner. Add. Oops, no. Well, yeah, that's fine actually. Grab steel, grab 5,000, add to shipyard, click shipyard, click dump to storage. I don't actually know where it dumped it. Oh, it dumped it right here. And electronic components, we're still doing just fine. We are doing fine. I have to admit, that dump to storage is actually really helpful. It also dumped some in here, so. This will keep construction going, construction pods. Once this is full, it'll fill this and it'll fill this. Okay, I'm not upgrading these structures yet because we don't have the materials. Right, I need to change this to crushed copper ore. Oops, nope. Ugh. Do it the easy way, Gareth. Okay, that means we could transfer these resources. Later we'll have to change these. But they're still being offloaded. There's still a lot of standard copper that has to be burned through. And then when it shuts down, we'll start shipping in the crushed material. It's just to clear the excess material. Okay, that's done. Alright, let's pause again. Let's grab our little structure here. We'll pull it closer forward. Not too close because we've got to run some excess belts. Yeah, this is going to be, well, downright terrible. I'm basically going to end up running something like this through all of these things. Let's just hope I've actually got this correct, I might add. I'm not making a mistake in connections here. That would, well, suck. Okay, here goes nothing. Let's get to constructing. Yep, the trucks will get to work. I did unpause, yes I did. They're busy grabbing all the resources now. And dragging it off to be used. Once this is empty, once these are empty, I'll upgrade these stations, make the appropriate connections, and then we still got to build the rest of this fuel plant. Because we're not, I mean, this constitutes our only secondary production of rubber, of, well, basically everything. Did I add a cracking plant? No, I did not yet do that. We are making the gases and materials we need, so that's awesome. Primarily we're focusing on this because we need to keep the tanker running. Did the ship receive a full load? It did not, because I have not authorized the loading of cargo yet. Has the ship been upgraded? It has not. We have the ability to unlock that technology. I don't know. Oh, we're working on it now. Okay, we're working on it now. What the? Sorry, I think a bird just flew into my window. And not very hard either. Life support is fine. Yeah, this structure is going to take some work. This is my hiccup. What are we short on? Steel. It's always steel. We are producing it, but we're using it as quickly as we're producing it. Monk. Monk. Add. Train 1 has no fuel. Yep, that makes sense. So now it's going to drag at a slow rate. I'll go deal with it. Did I not add steel to my... Oh, no, I just removed from favorites. It looks like one of the mods is not actually working, because here you could change the, okay, no, not the Unity cap. Here, the shipyard capacity. Okay, I'm gonna let the trucks grab what they need, and then I'll transfer the steel. Or are they all transferring it to the container? No, they're taking it where it belongs. Okay, they've got it. Excellent. Cheats. Dump cargo. The ship has gone off to deal with producing... Oh, we've also cracked the next fuel tank. That's awesome. What do you need here? Oh yes, train 1 has no fuel. Understandable. That will be solved shortly. Very, very shortly. Also, I just want to go to cheats. There is storage tweaks. All sorts of plant large. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3. Apply. I'm making that bigger. That's fine. Normally I add 1 or 2 zeros, but I just want to make it so it can really store a lot of material. Okay, here comes the coal. Good news, I got the copper right at least. And the ship will be able to refill as soon as the coal starts pouring into the storage tanks. Oh, sorry, the train will be able to refill. Okay, we are making crushed copper. Excellent. Oh, not this again. My mouse's mouse wheel, middle mouse button has, for whatever reason, stopped working. I really hope it hasn't just broken. No, there we go. Okay, I don't know what that was about. This mouse is a little old, and I wear them out quite quick. Even though they're what would be decent mouses for South Africa, they're not what you would call super expensive. Like 400 or 500 South African Rand, which is like $20 or $30. No, not even. I think it's 20 Rand to the dollar now, so it's even less. So for American audience, or British, or Canadian, they would be cheap. Cheap, 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 cheap. That's fine, we can live with this. I just gotta make sure we're not running low on maintenance. No, we're good there. Okay. Unfortunately, I've discovered unfortunately, the quality of items nowadays is terrible. Is this thing getting... It is. It's getting it. And it's now running iron. And it's grinding it up. It is grinding it up, right? Yeah, it is. It's just not getting enough of. Because, well, they're still pulling out a mixture of rock and dirt. Okay. I am recording this, right? Yep, okay, good. We have that back online. We have some additional power back online. It's not going to last long because, well, we're not pulling nearly enough materials out. Also, none of the trucks there have been upgraded yet, which is actually annoying. I'll admit it. Didn't I boost this last time we were here? Yeah, I did. I wanted it to maximize parts construction. Because we need to get these vehicles swapped out, like, fast. Yeah, biggest hiccup here is mainly, I think it's just... Okay, it's paper. We are producing enough paper, just not enough paper, unfortunately. We do have excess resources. Technically, this does supply enough paper to keep these going, but the problem is, for whatever reason, even though it says this many in 60 seconds, this one also, so technically it should be 1-to-1. As this one finishes, it is actually. As one finishes, the next one continues. It's just not enough for the labs I've built. It's enough to keep 2 labs fully operational, not the rest. Well, actually 3. These last 2 it can't do anything about, so they're actually a waste of resources. We'll just ship them to keep these 3 labs. I'd rather have less facilities operating all the time than more facilities not operating at all. Because that has been one of the other big problems I've had with these construction type of games. I build enormous facilities, but they don't actually operate all the time. We still gotta upgrade all these houses. You know what? Let's do that. Nope, not that one. This one. That's going to take some time and resources. Not that we're producing the resources to do anything about it. Okay, crushed material is working. We're pulling out a lot of copper, but the copper is right here. And this is almost pure copper, where I think we're still pulling mixed dirt out here. Have I got the same amount of vehicles? I've got 6 of those. 9 plus 1 large vehicle, correct. This one? 6, not 6 plus 4. Oh, that's why. They've got access to the bigger vehicles already for this operation. Limestone and sand is still going fine. Do we want to start attacking our oil production? Mainly the next step, which would be manufacturing rubber. Sulfur comes from that plus steam equals that in ammonia. Okay, so we got to make ammonia storage. We got to figure out, do we want to leave this as is, build the other stuff here, or say here? Because power production is going to be way over here. So do we build our rubber manufacturing here? And then we route some of the diesel this way through. So we'll be taking from the main tank here. Now, part of the reason this isn't operating fully is we're not pulling enough crude oil. The crude production of crude oil is fine. I mean, production is really fine. But actual usage, not so much. Is our ship returned? Yeah, it's back. Ship designer. We want to upgrade ship engines, upgrade ship weapons, upgrade ship things, and we're running into a steel problem again. It's not that we can't make it, we just can't make enough of it. Can they take from here? They can now. We do currently have a surplus, but that's because I dumped a lot of steel into the system. Okay, working on our projects. We want to make... Just trying to figure out where I want to make it, and I'm probably going to start, well, here. Then we'll put another ammonia tank here. Alright, oil production. All. We want rubber production. We want to make rubber with sulfur. Where the heck do we get sulfur from? Where are we getting the sulfur from? Ah, from the sour water stripper. Right. How many sour water strippers do we want? At least 4. Fresh water we can take from these tanks here. Where's the outputs? Yeah, we can take from this tank and we can just go round the back, or do I want to go around the front? I think I'll go around the front. Okay, First, sour water stripper. No, first things first. Pause. Create another batch of tanks for storing the ammonia-like liquid. This will store... Where is it? Ammonia. Perfect. Now we have our place where we can dump the resource. Now we just gotta make it. And of course, then bump everything into... This will also require steam. I think I'm gonna build these, what you could basically call them as self-contained modules, where basically I will have the one unit producing, so this would have its own steam engine and its own steam provider. They'll all be electrically based because I'm not going to fight later with trying to get fuel to these systems. I think 4 sour water strippers produce 9 sulfur. How much does the rubber require? 3. Plus? Okay, that's naphtha. Oh. I think naphtha is made from corn. I don't think we're making it here. Or are we? We are. Do we want to do that instead? But then, what are we using this for? Oh, for hydrogen. Okay, yeah. Okay, then we'll do it that way. Okay, that's fine. We'll stick to this sulfur-based rubber, which is actually made today. Rubber is made with a mixture of rubber, oil, and sulfur to get the correct hardness for car tires and stuff like that. Does it actually produce excess water? It does produce excess water, which we can route right back into these tanks. Problem is we're going to eventually just fill it up. So the other option then is we may have to route a pipe here and just dump the water back in, fresh water back into the ocean and just be done with it. Though we want to route it this way because we're expanding the construction this way. Okay, I wonder if... do we go one more? And we go skew, of course we do. Why not? I don't know if I want to rotate these and build this way and then just build layer after layer after layer. It does strike me as a bit neater, if you will. If we do it like that. And then we can route this way. The water can come this way and go straight into... well, we'll actually put it as an overflow. We'll have an overflow rig this way. So we can just pump the water into the ocean. Because water's never going to be a problem. Okay, first things first. Where do we want to put its steam engine? And some of the steam will have to take water as well. I think we actually want to pull the structure forward a bit. I'm trying to be neat, but I also want to leave plenty of room here, because there are going to be more pipes running this way. It's inevitable. And then we'll have the rubber this side. Okay, first things first. Each of these require 3 units of steam. Electrical generation, electric boiler, produces 12. So one boiler supplies 3, 4, 3, 6, 12. So one boiler will supply one group. So if I up it to 24, one boiler will supply all the steam we need. And it will be placed right there. It takes a little more extra power, I'll grant you, but it will supply the necessary amounts of steam. Now then, we want to go to pipes. I don't think we need a pipe balancer. The main thing here is when you set up this way, it's first come, first serve. When you set up a pipe balancer, it evenly distributes it to all the systems. I'm actually going to pull this system further apart. Way further apart. Why am I doing that? Because I'm going to set up a water tank right here. And this will siphon off water to there. And then I'm going to have an overflow system set up here. And its sole purpose will be that if this tank gets full, it will dump it into an excess pipe and dump it into the ocean. The reason I'm not going to fill it into these tanks is because we have unlimited water here. And I'd rather not shut down this process. Okay, next we want to run water strippers and then the H3. So here's the sour water. We want to run the pipe back this way. I may have left more of a gap in one location than I would have thought. Okay. Come on, there we go. I'm going high because I'm going to run the, this stuff this way back. Remember, once we start seriously stockpiling, oil, we're going to have very little trouble keeping these tanks full and operational. Okay, that's just a weird way of bending that pipe. I'm going to delete this and just see what it thinks it should do to connect. That's a little bit better. It's just weird. Why do you need a U-bend in a pipe that's going up? So why do you want to go down to go up? Okay, I think we're going to create a main flow pipe. And this will just connect right there. Yeah, this is conveyor belt, so it shouldn't fight with me too heavily. And we'll repeat the main flow pipe. Why is it the weirder ones come out fine? I mean, this comes out... Okay, this one is just the slight screw up. Actually, this is my fault. What I need to do is click here, then go this way. Oh no. I screwed that up again. Click here, click here, click here, click here, then click there. It just moves the connection joint down a bit. Okay. We want to probably do the raw materials. Now, do we store it or do we pump it? Okay, let's go back to oil production. Rubber. We'll be taking the diesel option, so this is the way in. We'll select this one to make materials. Oops, no, not that one. That one to make materials. So we want this material in. How much do each one? Each one requires 3. Each one of these produces 9. So each one of these can support 3 of these. We are not going to go quite that big. I'm probably only going to go for the same amount of rubber production that I have for this. I know it means excess resources, so I'm going to once again pull these a bit forward. Try and line them up here. Okay, let's just run the water out. I think I have a plan for this water, for this material. Is this gonna work, or have I already shot myself in the foot? It wouldn't be the first time I've done this. Yeah, I shot myself in the foot. Okay, that's gonna have to come out a bit. Okay, actually no, let's build these first. That should put us 1 up. That's perfect. I don't know if it's gonna let us build a connection point here. It will not. So we're gonna come 1 forward. Yeah, the connection points for whatever reason just don't like being next to one another. I'm not 100% sure the exact reason why, it just does not like being next to one another, so there's that. Okay, now then, this one will supply these 2, this one will supply these 2, and this one will supply these last 2. Now, what we can do is we could run a single belt going this way, bring it across, bring it back down. It wouldn't be a problem. We'll also probably pull things a bit closer. I'm just getting my setup correct. All pipes. Okay, this will prioritize feeding these tanks. Then it will come this way. Do I just want... No, the problem is I intend to expand this way, so I don't want to just run a connection that I'm going to have to fix later anyway. Instead, what we could do is we can run under this pipe. Okay, we'll prioritize... Oh, come on, let go. Prioritize filling these 2 tanks, and then if it gets too much... Because remember, eventually this is all going to be underground, unfortunately. Because we're blocking it, we're building a flippin' roadblock right here, and I'm going to have to move this over anyway, so... Things are going to move later anyway, so that's fine. Just dump plain old-fashioned fresh water into the ocean, which is also bad. Yeah, you really don't want to do that in real life, is jump. If we could produce fresh water like you can in this game, then you would not be dumping it into the ocean. Ever. Because fresh drinking water is a valuable item. Yeah, this is fine. Actually, of course I would be one off. Oh, that's not fair. That's better. Yeah, I don't know what I'll use this spot for, but right now it's not a problem. The trucks will probably need a bridge to get over this spot. I'm still not 100% sure I'm happy with this, but so be it. This is the new way the bridge layouts go. I'll just have to get used to it. Okay. Let's pull these structures a bit closer. Oh no, we're going to have excess supply. So, we really want to do this first. Is this really gonna... Or do we dump? No, this is not gonna... I think we're just gonna go direct. Do not pass go. This will dump here and then split off into here. Which means I need to bring these structures, keeping them sort of in alignment. Just bring them a little bit closer. It does mean that some of these facilities are gonna shut down. We're not in use, which may suck. Because there's an excess product, there's ammonia. I think we're using it to produce fertilizer. It's going? Wow, where is it going? Yeah, we're using it to produce fertilizer, but we're not producing a tremendous amount of fertilizer. So that should be fine. The problem is once the rubber production reaches maximum capacity, it's going to be a hiccup. Okay, diesel fuel is next. Luckily these are all elevated, so we can come up, under, over, straight across. We will take the pipe from the outside. And yes, I have only now realized that I actually got my space... Oh, come on. Spacing horrendously wrong with some of this stuff. Okay, I don't know what I did there. Oh, that's just bad luck. Yeah, just bad luck between these two connector points. Okay, that's that done. Now, where do I want to store the rubber? Well, the answer is obvious. There's this nice big gap right here. So we will just store the rubber right here. Remember, these tanks will store a lot of capacity, and later on it will be upgraded. So that's definitely not going to be a problem. We're going to go just one out. Okay, we will get this production up and running. I don't think I've made any mistakes. I think we're good. Let's get this going, and then we're good. Okay, they can do that. Yeah, diesel production is going to be a bit slow initially because this is a small tanker. It's not bringing a lot of fuel, and that's because this is small. I could add another depot, but I don't have another docked vessel, tanker vessel at the moment. So as fast as it's pumping it out, it is being used. Though none of these are producing smokestack, so I can't guarantee that. It is pumping it out. I think it's just taking a bit to get through. There we go. Just taking a little bit to get through all the storage tanks. And then we get a major power spike as all these systems kick online. Ah, yes. That was my mistake. I have forgotten to tell these things that you cannot come to these storage tanks. You cannot assist these buildings in their construction. And you cannot assist these buildings in bringing resources. Where are you struggling to get to now? And you're no longer struggling because I've cleared it. Okay. I will admit I'm not happy with the new way they've got it to set up to show where a truck can and can't go. Oh, and we're out of construction components. We have steel, and it's dropping like a stone. So we will make more construction components. Especially since this is basically full. So all excess construction components are going into the lot. So that's nice. So for now, we're doing quite well. What's our current vehicle conversion? Okay, we still have 30 vehicles to get through. Plastic research has been completed. Working on goldsmithing. Okay, I'm just going to save because I don't want to do that again. I am still recording, yes? Yes, I am. Still got to just keep an eye on that. Oh, right. Have we burned through? We're still working on the... what's it? Iron. Oh, I have not deleted a section here. Oh, no. That's... Pause. Where are you going? You're going in the right direction. Ah. Cancel. My bad. These containers are still converted for the old material. These are still draining copper ore from this tank. Yep. So iron production has stalled because currently there is no iron production. Upgrade. Yes. Don't have enough of this. We're basically running off excess resources. And the excess resources are here. I think this constitutes all the steel we have. No, it shows we have a lot more. Ah yes, there's some extra here as well. We shall see. We will focus on upgrading and then figuring out where we're going to slot everything. What are you short on? Oh, just the materials to make. Okay, I'm just going to speed this up a bit. Dumped 900 items. Yeah, I'm afraid this cheat to convert this thing to what it needs to be is really not working. It dumped it. Steel. Just to get this going. Are these cargo? Okay, no, these are maxed out sized cargo modules. Okay. Yeah, I really liked it when you could put as much junk in here as you wanted and it wasn't a problem. Just want to get the ship upgrade complete. And then later on I'll have to actually build a container where they can get steel from. Why didn't just take it from there? I don't know. Wow, that was fast. They just took all of it. clear there. And if I hit the new capacity, how much? I don't think the shipyard has a capacity anymore. Why I can't take waste out and just throw it on the ground, I don't know. Man, the game is a sticker for me. Also, where are these going? Don't seriously tell me they got stripped off that fast. Well, maybe. Wow, am I burning through these construction parts? Some of these have already begun rubber production. It's literally bales of rubber. Where'd you even get the resources to make it? These pipes aren't complete. I mean, the diesel pipe isn't even finished. Okay, I may have made a... Okay, I've made a slight oopsie. There's no water in this system. At all. None. Can I import some water here? And can you even get to that tank to put water in it? Yeah, I will have to bring sand to it now. Yep, thought so. They can't get it to put water in it, so I'm going to have to bring some water just to jumpstart the system. I just wonder what's going to be easier. Build a pipe and pump water in it? Okay, let's turn this off. That goes there. That stops there. There should be a water pipe. Oh, a water pipe's just coming to here. Okay, where is this water pipe going? It's going to there. Let's rotate the flow quick so that it takes water. We're going to put a small little pipe from here to there just to get some water flowing through this pipe system. Turn off priorities. Let's just get a little water into this pipe to get it started. That'll get the steam generator started and the whole cycle going. As we just siphon off a small amount of water there, that was like the easiest thing to fix. I'm pleased to say. And that gets the steam generator going, which will get everything else working, which will then get everything started. Perfect. And now we can just take it apart and swap this pipe back around. Just let it drain. Wow, that was convenient. I'm glad we could just change flow directions. If I couldn't do that, this would have sucked. I'd have to build a whole new pipe or a bigger storage tank or some weird hullabaloo. Alright, I gotta prioritize this back so that it constantly dumps water back into those tanks. Steam generator is running, which means this is producing water, which will fill this tank, which means the steam generator will always have water to run, which means everything else is now back online. It's just we're not going to be producing enough sour water to keep... It'll run for a little bit and then it'll shut down. Once again, expected. Here we have the plastic plant. We're definitely going to want to do that. We have the gold furnace. We're definitely going to want to do that. Settling tanks. Right now that's not important. What is important is we have the resources. We're currently not producing, so we will once again pause. We want U-shaped connector. Oh, bugger. It seems I am ever so slightly out of luck with my design here. Just not enough space. I can't pull it forward. I actually have to elevate this gantry up and over. Well, that's just dumb luck. Why? Oh, some of these are on the wrong side. Yeah, we'll just push it one forward. We're probably going to have to do the same thing here, but for right now that's not a problem. Now, you want limestone, correct? Here is limestone. So, how do I want to do this? Let me guess, this is flat. Yep, it's a flat one. Okay, I got lucky. So now I can't see what I'm doing. I got lucky there. No doubt about that. That'll get this system back online. Ugh, I just want it working. Let's get it working. That shall bring limestone. And we have the crushed materials. Now we just got to burn through what's left of our copper supply, and then yes, we'll be on our way. Nuts. I left my tea sitting too long, so now it's cold. Steel production is up and running. And it could technically support twice the steel production capability, so that's nice. Should it be a need. Right now, we don't have that capacity. Mainly because I can't squeeze it in here. I kind of did partially shoot myself in the foot. I was so busy focused on trying to get enough room for our production systems to be built that I kind of screwed this up. Still gotta figure out what the heck I'm gonna do with this. Because it's perfectly fine over here. It's not so fine over there. I'll figure it out as I go along. Right now, yes, we are producing plenty and we will have reserves. Probably not enough to keep up with our current needs, but we are now making steel again. We're just waiting to drain what's left of the excess copper. The standard copper, because we are producing plenty of raw copper. Yeah, we are producing a lot of crushed copper. And the train has coal, and we're actually... I wonder, are we making excess coal? We are not. We are using it as quickly as we are making it. But we are keeping our power plants back online for a bit, so that's nice. Later on, we'll switch completely to natural gas. Let me just check timing here. Okay, we still have a few minutes. Nope, nope. Oops, that was almost a really big oops on my part. Okay, ship upgrade. Yep, load crew. Upgraded engines. That's not supposed to be there. Dump to... Yeah, that one is full, but the rest can be dumped to their respective storage slots. The only reason I'm not going to reroute this to here is it's not necessary. I don't know when I'll need construction components level 3, but just in case we do have them. So it's mainly just getting these machines to work, because this is stockpiled, right? Yeah. And as I said, once again, the biggest hiccup is just getting the steel going. Maybe I could squeeze another bit of steel production this side. I don't know. We've been siphoning this off and running it this way. Not to mention the toxic waste. Okay, I'm not going to worry about this right now. It is working, it is producing. It's not producing a lot, but it's producing enough. These are kind of getting choco-blocked with molten metal, which is, once again, not the actual way you want to run these things, but it's just the way we're currently running things. Okay, what research have we got? Glass, we're working on the hydrogen cell. We still need to make the next step here for our next, whatever it was we're going to produce. What are we producing next? This uses, okay, ammonia to make that, which we'll probably switch to. We don't have our backup generators at the other location. What are you doing? Okay, you're making naphthol from the light oil. Still gonna have to do that. Okay, we are definitely gonna switch to hydrogen production, because I want our vehicles to be hydrogen powered. But for right now, we're fine. The diesel tank is full. That is actually working really well. When do we hit the next level of ship production, the shipyard? Or ship depot, or whatever it's called? Oh, it's up here. So it's there. Yeah, so that's really, really later in the tech tree. I actually would like to wait till we get to this point before I build the next power supply, because then we can upgrade immediately to the thing, but we'll just have to see how easy it is to get to that point. What are we currently... Okay, we're currently researching this stuff. We haven't found fruit, but the ship has been upgraded, so where do we want to go? Okay, let's go here and explore. Now that we finally have the range to do it. We currently have 1 health. That's terrible. What is causing so much trouble? Air pollution, and land pollution, and water pollution, and just general pollution. Oy vey. We're also low on workers, but have plenty of housing capacity. Mind you, we've been building big this last couple episodes. I'm just trying to figure out if there's anything else I can do in the remaining time, and there's not really. Because we are basically almost at the 1 hour mark. We're a little short. And I'm just trying to figure out if there's anything we should do next. I'm thinking this. Heavy oil distillation. That makes more fuel gas, and naphthol. It is heavy oil or is it light oil that they're working with? Light oil distillation, which we further break down into the steam column. Because here is our light oil is where? That's actually a very good question, because that's naphthol. Did I run a incorrect? Oh no, I'm already distilling it. I'm already distilling it. That's why I can't find it. Light oil is automatically being distilled, and heavy oil is automatically being distilled. Medium oil is being distilled. So we're already breaking down the waste products. It's just this stuff here. This very heavy oil. Medium oil, sorry. I gotta get my terms right here. Okay, so don't need to do that part. Do need to do this part, where we crack it further down to make fuel gas and hydrogen. And we're going to need a lot of hydrogen. Okay, fuel gas cracking will come here. Might as well just steal the buildings we're already using. Chunk, oops, no. Chunk, yep. This time I'm gonna leave a gap, because, well, I have to. Pause game again. Line it up with this. I want to be all the way here, mainly just to give vehicles a bit of an option. And we're going to go big. Okay, we just need steam. Once again, it will have its own separate steam system. We just may have to pump some water from there. I think 8 buildings should be plenty. Once again, it will have its own separate steam generators, and it'll dump the water. We'll just take water from this tank, from right there. In fact, we'll put a transfer point here. The steam generator can go there. Let's dismantle this bit. Pause. Luckily, the trucks have to travel quite a distance to get the resources they need to make it work. So, you know, that's not a problem. I'll probably pull these buildings a bit closer. It shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, I don't actually think the vehicles need to get in there, so they can just go. So yeah, let's take a thoughts. I'll just pull everything closer. To say there? That should be fine. And these vehicles will just have to get out of the way. Okay. Naphthol will be pumped up and over. We should have hydrogen storage, or no, we don't have hydrogen storage. But yeah, we're definitely going to switch to hydrogen production later. I've made a mistake. How much steam? 2, 4. So 2 times 8. I'm just cheating. 16. That steam generator will produce more than enough. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, all good. Next is the Naphthol. Like I said, initially this is not going to work very well, simply because... Oh great, now we have a flu problem. Right? Yeah, cold. Yeah, I really have to deal with pollution. This is also one of the minor drawbacks to going so big, is you quickly run into big problems with as far as just keeping everyone healthy, which is understandable. Have I really not done any research into... Apparently. We don't have a problem with anything else. I'm just going to tag this. It's not necessary because we're going to produce... Oh, right, and we can increase farming because that helps. No. I want to trade with this. Oh. Okay, yeah. I just want to snag some more people. Okay, hydrogen tank storage. You will store hydrogen. And I think we're producing fuel gas, but that'll just be run right back into the storage tank. So that's not going to be a big problem. Next step is the Naphthol. Will also come from this side. Why are you going skew on me? Stay straight. I will admit, I do love how you can recycle one resource into the other resource in this game. Okay, hydrogen is lost, so we want to do the fuel gas first. Dump it straight into the tank. It doesn't matter. Yeah, this is still a mass of pipes that any good engineer will throw a knipship over. And then I will be fired and sued and everything under the sun. If someone actually saw this facility actually in existence. And if this was a Russian facility, the Ukrainians would be salvating something? You know when you drool over very delicious food? Salvating? Ugh, darn it, I can't pronounce that word. Because, ignore all of this. You hit this. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 extremely explosive fuels. These will burn. I don't think sourwater burns. I don't know what its exact composition is, but I'm assuming because it has water in it, it won't burn. But light oil will, the naphthol will burn. The fuel gas will explode. The ammonia, it's an ammonia bomb. Everybody remembers videos of that ammonia explosion in that one port. I can't remember which city it was. but they were storing ammonia for a couple decades, I think, at least a decade, and firecrackers in the same building, which they knew about, they were warned about, they promptly ignored, and it promptly exploded. So yeah, this place would make one heck of a bang. And in case you're curious, I've been watching a lot of those various videos from put on about Russia and all the various oopsies they've been having because of the Ukrainians blowing everything up. Once again, I fully support the Ukrainians. And if you look into the history of this thing, I mean, actually properly look into the history of this thing, there was never a Soviet Union, there was never a Russian Federation. It's just, well, no, there has been the countries as their state, but 90% of the manufacturing, 90% of the research, 90% of all that stuff was made in Ukraine. Ukraine was the basic breadbasket of the Soviet, that eastern sector. It was the major research center. It was the primary production center. That's all. It also was quite resource rich, which is why most conquests throughout the ages have been trying to secure Ukraine on that half of the European continent, because it has been the linchpin, the golden goose, if you will, of that area. They need that. They need that area and those resources to be able to maintain most of their empires in that sector. I mean, Stalin starved most of Ukraine to death to keep it in the Soviet Union and to keep the Soviet Union running. It was a disaster. Yep, okay, well, we'll bring this back online. We'll start requesting refugees. It's the problem. The reason I don't have I've got plenty of housing. The reason I don't have enough workers is because I haven't been maintaining my total population due to, well, their health sucks. They've got plenty of food, but they're all sick, which sucks. Going to have to look into that. I'm going to have to produce household goods. I'm going to have to produce, well, everything. Is this running? Oddly enough, yeah, it's running. Oh, right, that's because I routed water through this tank. Right. And this should start producing hydrogen and fuel gas. Which means soon we'll be able to build our new power station, because this is going to start filling up quick. Because this is producing fuel gas. And this is producing fuel gas. We just got to figure out how much fuel gas we'll have available. Yeah, I know we don't have enough workers. Gas injection and exhaust scrubber. I just want to see what the exhaust scrubber does. Okay, that lets us pump it into a, liquid that can be injected at the top of a limestone deposit. That will be useful. And the exhaust scrubber? Well, it does scrub the exhaust. And it does need limestone, and that it's just the location of these resources are the problem. Limestone is all the way on this side, and the sulfur, well, we are producing some here. It may actually pay us to do that, actually. And yeah, here's, wow, that limestone deposit is huge. It could pay us to convert this area just to limestone production, because it's just through light oil. And then we can have the vehicles empty these tanks and ship them to, well, to our diesel production, which is right here. By the way, you can export this diesel. Later on, we'll be upgrading to hydrogen tanks, hydrogen vehicles, but for right now, let's get everything converted first. So, I'm going to think that's the end of this episode. I've probably gone over. Yeah, I've gone over. So I hope you've all enjoyed, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. This is Gareth from Whatchamacallit Gaming, out.